Well done, Mafia. When it rains, it most certainly f***ing pours. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday, after I feel like the second I uploaded my negative news Buffalo Bills video, minutes later, another detrimental blow to the Buffalo Bills organization occurred. That is right, guard John Feliciano experienced a pectoral tear, and not only did he go through an impromptu surgery yesterday, but then it ended up being announced that he is likely going to miss 8 to 12 weeks. Now, this was completely out of the blue. There was no reports that he was nursing an injury during the offseason, so if I had to guess, he must have did it early yesterday morning and then had to go on ahead and get surgery afterwards. Now, we all know that I have been ridiculously skeptical of the Buffalo Bills offensive line. I was tremendously upset when we didn't make bigger moves when it came to it during the offseason. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't trade, the Stephon Diggs trade or some of the other offseason moves that we made for the world. But I thought that the offensive line was definitely an issue, especially when it came to depth. So I totally understand that John Feliciano put on Instagram that he would see us in Vegas, which just so happens to be the Week 4 matchup against the Las Vegas Raiders, which would be nice. But then, of course, conflicting reports, specifically from a Twitter account called Banged Up Bills. Super cool Twitter account to follow. They're saying, among many other sources, that a Week 4 return is likely not going to happen. So now it really comes down to the question, right? Like, what exactly are the Buffalo Bills going to do about this gaping hole within our offensive line, right? And I mean, there's a couple of theories. There really are. Number one, my personal favorite would be to buy in to the switch Cody Ford to guard experiment. Now, I know once we had Feliciano on the roster and he was healthy, it really didn't make sense to move Cody Ford over to. However, so many analysts, so many bloggers, beat writers have put out this theory that the way that Cody Ford plays, he would most likely perform a little better at the guard position. So, in my opinion, the absolute only way to survive this absence from Feliciano being in our line is moving Cody Ford over to guard. Now, that's going to be a question as well. Well, I mean, who's going to end up taking over that tackle position? And at the end of the day, it's really going to come down between a competition between Ty Nsekhe and Darrell Williams. Now, Darrell Williams, he's probably my favorite alternate for a number of reasons, right? Like, so many people sleep on Darrell Williams. Like, guy came from the Carolina Panthers. I know. Bills love Carolina Panthers. But in 2017, dude man was a Pro Bowler. But then in 2018, he suffered an ACL tear or MCL. One of the two. He sat out the entire 2018 season, and then last year when he came to Carolina, when that organization was an absolute dumpster fire, the guy legitimately played in every single position on the offensive line. So it was really difficult to see his true production because he was outside of his true position. Now that Williams is on a team with a bit more structure and a little bit more of a competent coaching staff, I think that if we were to throw Williams in that tackle position, really let him marinate and get used to just one specific position, that the Buffalo Bills could be okay within this entire offensive line scenario. I'm frankly kind of concerned about this injury. A lot of people don't understand that Feliciano was a utility player when it came to our offensive line. Like, dude man played center at one point last year when Mitch Morse was hurt. I mean, the guy's a talented O-lineman, and this is going to be a blow. But let's just hope that the Bills can find answers. I'm a huge advocate for the move Cody Ford over to guard and then sort of let Darrell Williams and Ty Nsekhe sort of fight over that next starting tackle position. But, I mean, I suppose that only time will tell. I'm not the biggest fan of Ike Bodiger, not the biggest fan of Evan Boehm. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess only time will tell. Down Mafia, do me a favor, leave a comment. What do you think? What is the best possible solution to fill the shoes of John Feliciano as we go into the 2020 season? Really want to hear your thoughts. Once again, Dom Mafia, thank you for tuning in to yet another edition of the Dom Mafia Report. And above all else, let's go Buffalo.